Hello, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about a topic that is very close to my heart, and that's discrimination against the LGBTQ community. This is a topic that always sparks massive amounts of controversy and is followed by a huge wave of unsubscribers and angry messages. But what I want to do and I plan to do this one video at a time as I can fit them in, is respond to some of these messages that I'm getting. Fair warning, I am going to speak my heart in this video. I'm going to get straight to the point. Some of you may not like me after this video, but please keep in mind that I am speaking just as much to my former self as I am to anybody else, because I used to be part of this system that discriminated against the LGBTQ community. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video if you enjoy the content. Check out my description box for links to my social media. So every time I post about the LGBTQ community and discrimination against that community, and I posted a couple of shorts recently, so the messages start rolling in. One thing I hear a lot is people saying this: I don't hate anyone. I love them just as much as I love anybody else, but I can't condone what they do. My opinion, my belief is that their way of life is wrong. So my response to that would be, do you truly just believe that their way of life is wrong? Is that truly just your opinion? Because people can have opinions about anything under the sun. I could believe that eating chocolate cake is wrong, or that owning a puppy is wrong, or that holding my husband's hand in public is wrong. Religious groups have all different opinions on what's right and wrong. There are some groups that would say it's wrong for women to cut their hair or to wear pants. And that would be fine as long as they don't push those beliefs on anyone else. So my question to those of you who are saying this, who are saying, I don't hate anyone in the LGBTQ community, it's just my opinion that what they're doing is wrong, and I'm not going to apologize for my beliefs. My question to you is this: is that really just your opinion? Are those really just your personal beliefs? Or would you do any of the following? Stop an LGBTQ person from becoming a member of the Christian church or other religious organization. If you are a Christian, would you stop them from participating in things like communion or baptism? Would you stop them from having a leadership role? If you ran, say, a photography or a cake making business, would it go against your values to provide services to an LGBTQ wedding? Would you say, I can't make a cake for you, I can't do your photography because I can't support your lifestyle? Would you use your voting power to prevent those in the LGBTQ community from getting married, and thereby seriously restricting their rights, such as their ability to go visit loved ones in the hospital and more? If so, then you don't just have an opinion. If I were in that position, then I would not just have an opinion. If I was to do any of the things that I just listed, it would no longer be an opinion. I would be prejudiced. And if any of the things that I just listed were to be put into practice, it would become discrimination. Discrimination, according to the Oxford Languages Dictionary, is the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people, especially on the grounds of race, age, or sex. Discrimination is when you look at a group of people who are different from you, whether it is because they are male, female, Asian, black, white, straight, gay, or whatever, and say, these people don't deserve to have the same rights as the rest of them. These people, because of how they are, who they are, something that they can't control about themselves, they do not get to have the same rights that the rest of the people in society get to. We are not going to do business with you because you are black, white, or whatever, would instantly be recognized as racism. However, we are not going to do business with you because you are gay or trans and we don't support your lifestyle, is far too commonly accepted. You can't have the same roles in this church because you're a woman would instantly be seen as sexism by most of us. However, you can't have the same rules in this church because you are gay, lesbian, or trans is very widely accepted, especially in conservative Christianity. But I can already hear so many of you objecting. You don't understand. It's wrong. The Bible says it's wrong. God says it's wrong. So I can't justify it. I can't condone other people doing it. You can't ask me to compromise my value. And while I do think we need to look deeper at this standard that we're using to determine right from wrong, and I've done that in a couple of other videos, which I'll link below. Aside from that, my answer would be, I actually do understand because I used to be part of this system until my eyes were open to the fact that this is always how discrimination happens. Discrimination is almost always justified by religion, in the name of God and in the name of the Bible. People discriminating generally have a 100% sense of moral rightness. And furthermore, the only reason that people can't see this is because this issue of discrimination against the LGBTQ community is the issue of our time. Yes, you have other issues that we're still dealing with. Racism is still far too prominent. However, this issue of discrimination against the LGBTQ community hasn't even hardly begun to be recognized, let alone dealt with. Is because we as a society are too close to see it objectively. We're using the Bible and religion and God to discriminate against them, and yet we can't see that it's the Bible and religion and God that have always been used to discriminate. It's just socially acceptable to discriminate against the LGBTQ community now. Bible verses were used to support slavery and sexism. Did you know that Hitler used the Bible to justify his racism against the Jews? The Bible was used to justify the Crusades and the Inquisitions. The Bible was used to support burning witches at the stake. The Bible has been used all throughout the history of the Christian faith to justify killing heretics, which included any other Christian that didn't see things the way the mainstream did. The Bible was used to justify colonization in America and mass genocide of the indigenous people. And no different today, the Bible is used to justify discrimination against the LGBTQ community. So you can have an opinion about it, you can have questions, you can have concerns, that's fine. But as soon as you take your opinion and use it backed with the Bible to support discrimination against anyone based on their gender identity or their sexual orientation, you or I or anybody who does this is participating in a long line of religious discrimination. Just a brief study of history in this area should be enough to open our eyes to the fact that you cannot use the Bible to discriminate against people. That every single time, hundreds of years later, we will be looking back and saying, how did they justify that? How could they have read or understood the Bible in that way? So let's wake up now. Let's not wait till years in the future for people to have this realization. Let's wake up now and let's stop using the Bible as an instrument to spread hatred. Very few would still use Ephesians chapter 6 to justify slavery. Very few would still use Matthew chapter 27 to justify the Crusades and the Holocaust. And that's exactly what those passages were used to do. So why are we still using Romans chapter 1 and a handful of others to justify discrimination against the LGBTQ community? I like to think that if I was alive in the 1960s that I wouldn't have participated in segregation. But the truth of the matter is that if I won't take a stand on this issue, if I won't speak up about the issues that are happening in this day and age, which by the way does still include racism, then I certainly wouldn't have taken a stand then. And sadly, neither would most conservative Christianity, who would claim today that they are anti-racism, and yet won't attend the wedding of a gay or lesbian person. We've got to wake up. We've got to call prejudice what it is. We've got to stop justifying it with the Bible or any other religious mean. We need to leave it in our past where it belongs, and we need to move forward. Be loved, be happy, be at peace, and thank you for watching.